building for the past 2 decades. In fact, as I speak to you, he is the registrar of the Institute for Crisis Resolution, Peace Building and Conciliation. Today, our topic is actually going to be anchored on the area of peace and security. He is going to look into and shed some light in the area of the role of the government in peace and security in Nigeria. So let me ask you again, Doctor, very quickly, what are the primary responsibilities of the government as regards to peace and security?
Thank you once again. Welcome to Truthline TV. It's very simple. The primary responsibility of government is basically to protect the life and property of citizens and to provide welfare for the citizen. And once the government fail in doing this, automatically that government has no business in sitting in the office, it has to go. So when there is insecurity, I think the first point of call people will just think about is government, because they have the authority to protect the life and property of the citizens and their properties. So that is why it is basically the responsibility of the government to provide security and welfareism for the citizen. So the two goes in hand.
Well, thank you very much for that, expansive explanation. Looking at the government as the main protector of the citizens' lives and properties. Now, what could actually be the reason why we have a breakdown in security and peace within a particular nation, especially our nation, Nigeria?
Thank you, Doctor. There are a lot of reasons that cause the breakdown of law and order. If I should just put it that way, in certain environment, the action of the citizen, the action of the government, and there are other factors. You understand? But these are the two major reasons. You see, sometimes if the people feel cheated and they feel that where they can get justice, they are not getting the justice there, they resort to self-help. And once there is self-help, there must be breakdown of law and order. And before the government can come in, you understand, a lot of things might have gone wrong, you understand. And that is why you see that in most cases, people blame government that government don't respond quickly. No, it is not true, because if there is crisis, in a certain environment, within 3, 4, 5 minutes, you could imagine the quantum of destruction that will take place in such an environment. And sometimes the terrain for the security agencies to get there to quench the crisis may even be difficult. So sometimes the crisis may last for hours. And you can imagine what will happen, you understand, in such an environment. I think the action of the government, the action of the people, and when people feel that, oh, I've been cheated, something has happened to me, and where I should get justice, I'm not getting the justice. The result to self-help. So, and that is where the jungle justice comes in. I think
Yeah,
answer your question.
That's good. Thank you very much, Doctor. Talking about the situation lasting for hours, it actually means that we usually have delayed response or even uncoordinated responses at the same time.
Yes.
But would you think it is better for governments to use force to resolve any breakdown of law and order, or to use dialogue? Which one of them are you?
I think it should be stick and carrot, you understand? But the carrot aspect should be more, you understand, than the stick. So that people will not just see that because the government, you understand, has all it takes to suppress people, that is why they are coming. I think dialogue should come first. Dialogue should come first. Like my people used to say, let's judge up instead of war, you understand? So let me give you a scenario. There is one community. I think there was a communal clashes between them. It was a land dispute, you understand. So this issue has been lingering on for a very long time, and people go out, make their presentation to the government. In fact, at a point, they even set up a committee. They sat down. The resolution will be passed to the government, but government failed to respond. You understand? So at a point, the councillor of the ward come, the local government chairman come, to the point that even the governor, you understand, was out of the country at that time. But when he comes back, they presented their cases and they said, this is how far we have gone. But unfortunately, instead of the government to do the right thing, they take side. And that is what escalated that problem. So the dialogue that's supposed to, resolve that crisis from the root, fails to resolve the crisis. But when the problem escalated, they deploy security agencies. So when they start shooting, killing people, and at the end of the day, such government was reported to the ICC, International Criminal Justice, what do they call it, justice, and they were taking on that it's a war against humanity. And up to this moment, that particular governor of that state was declared, you understand, wanted by the International Criminal Justice of Law. So I think this is how it used to go.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. Just a very quick one before we round up. You mentioned the stick and carrot approach. Most people have actually seen the stick and carrot approach as a very deceptive approach, because it's like dangling the carrot, and when the person comes to eat the carrot, you use the stick. That is exactly what it means. But we have always advocated that it is better to dangle the carrot, and instead of using the stick, you should still use another carrot, which must have to do with the complete use of a non-violence means approach completely.
I think I'll disagree with you a bit on that, because we have seen it happen in this country. If you remember, during the administration of late President Muhammad Musa Yar'Adua, when the militants in Niger Delta went on rampage, you understand? So he genuinely asked them to lay down their arms, that he is going to, you understand, do something to, resolve the crisis in that region. So he came up with several options, one of them which is amnesty, you understand? So initially people thought that
was the carrot.
Yeah, that was the carrot. So they said, no, we don't trust Nigeria. Some people said, okay, since he has said that, even the first set of militants that laid their arms, they were very afraid, led by one of their leaders at that time. They call it, I think it's now a chief, you understand? So they came with Tompolo came with large scale of ammunitions, you understand? And people were wondering that individual can be in possession of this sophisticated weapon. They laid their hands. Truly speaking, to his words, may God rest his soul, he did this and perfectly resolved that crisis, you understand? So I think, in a way, if the government is genuine, the carrot approach, you understand, works. And if the citizens see that, yes, the government is genuine in what they are saying, honestly, Nigerians are not that difficult to rule, if you ask me, you understand, because it is the idea that the government has been deceptive, just like you put it together, for a very long time. That is why you see that when the government talk, they say no be the way they used to talk, you understand, forget about it. But by the time you do it the way you promise them, honestly speaking, you don't need to, I think the citizens are not asking too much, you understand? If I happen to be there today and I made a promise and I cannot, I'll come up to tell you that this is why I cannot keep up to the promise. So let's sit down and see the way we should go. I think these are the things that the citizens are complaining about, that the government is too secretive. They are not open to the people. That is why people doubt them in most of the things they do.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I would love us to expatiate more, but at this time, for the purpose of time constraints, we shall want to call it a day. And I must thank you for creating our time to be with us on the program. And I hope you will always make yourself available when next you want to share in your wealth of knowledge.
No problem.
Thank you very much once again. And to our viewers, I want to thank you all for staying put with us, and for ensuring that you stayed with us towards the end of this program. Please